Hi guys, and welcome to another Watch Geek video and another unboxing and first impressions. Today we're unboxing the latest model from Merkur watches. Now if you follow my channel, you know I featured them many times, including their sub-brands, because Merkur is actually a huge conglomerate or a group that has a couple of, not a couple, but let's say half a dozen brands under their umbrella, but this is their main, so Merkur brand, and this is their latest model, and it comes in this leather pouch. But with their packaging, depending on what they have in stock, you sometimes get something else. So here we have the Merkur watch like user manual. It's quite thick. You have the wiping cloth, and when you open these compartments, there you have the watch fastened with this. So let's remove the packaging and focus on the watch itself. So let me just zoom in. There we go. And as you can see, it's quite a handsome watch. It has a Bauhaus design to it, so it kind of reminds me of Nomos models. The case is completely polished, and it's 38 millimeters in diameter by, I believe, 46 lug to lug, and the thickness I'll have in the corner of the screen, but I believe this is like something between 10 and 12 millimeters, with most of it coming down to this dome, the mineral crystal. Now on this model, which is just like $139, and with their coupons that are always available, even one that's connected to my channel, you can always get at least like $20 off. So this is basically a $110 watch, and for that you really do get a handsome piece, and it's not surprising that it comes with a mineral instead of a sapphire crystal. Now with these dimensions, it's pretty much perfect as a modern dressy watch. For me personally, naturally, I would like it to be a 36, but 38 is not too big, and like I said, in modern times, it's pretty much perfect. It's powered by their MD-01 movement, which is their version of the Tongji or standardized Chinese movement, and this one is manual wind, and winding on these movements is really something special. Because these movements were pretty much designed like 50 years ago and they haven't been changed. I mean, they slightly improved them and everything, but the technology is still that old technology. This has the same winding action as almost all my vintage watches, including my vintage Doxa. So it has that very clicky, very firm and I don't know how to describe it, winding action that modern watches simply don't have. Modern watches are way too smooth and way too delicate. I mean, the feel is delicate. With this one, you have a feeling you could wind this for the rest of your life and it's never gonna fail you. It has very loud clicks. It's very robust feeling. It doesn't come with hacking, but pulling the crown to the first click is gonna allow you to change the time, because this is a very simple watch. It has no date, and I can't wait to do the full review with macro shots, because as you can see, it's not as simple as it appears on camera right here. Because I don't know if the camera is gonna show you, you have the black ink used for all the numerals, all the text and everything, and then I don't know if the camera is gonna show you, have this, like, I don't know if it's something like a yellow or reddish yellow. It has manual written, and that color is repeated for all the 5-minute markings, which is pretty cool. It adds a slight amount of color to the dial, but it's so subtle that you really have to try to see it there. Like this, it's gonna show slightly better, and because of this highly domed crystal, it does have that vintage look to it and vintage feel. As you can see, this looks like those watches, dressy watches from the 60s, just like my Doxa. The lugs are pretty straight, pointy, and the watch is equipped with a cowhide leather strap, which in Merkur fashion is probably too long for my wrist, but we're gonna try it, and that's gonna be it for today. But like I said, do stay tuned for the full review when I do the macro shots and everything. So let me just strap this on and see how it looks. But naturally, I'm almost positive that I'll be switching to one of my own straps. Okay, so here it is on my 6.5-inch wrist. The watch does look beautiful. It wears thinner than you would expect because of this crystal, and you almost don't feel it how light this thing is. 46mm lug to lug means it's not going to overhang no matter how small the wrist is, but this is what I'm talking about. These standard straps from most brands simply do not fit my wrist because I have very small wrists. So that's why I always switch to my own custom straps, which are much shorter. But I do like the look. It's a very minimalistic, very German looking. And the hands actually don't have lume on them, but they're not simply silver. Again, I don't know if the camera is gonna show it. You're gonna see it in the full review. There's actually black paint in the middle. So another vintage looking touch. I don't know if the camera is showing it, but you'll be able to see that when we do the full review. Overall, a pretty readable watch given how thin everything is, and I do like the font. I do like the thinness of the markers and everything. Very cool. So do check out Merkur watches, and like I said, do stay tuned for the full review. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe, and until the next video, bye.